Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. This time around we have the Particle Rifle. The Particle Rifle is obtained from the From Ashes DLC. It fires a beam. It has a bunch of interesting effects that I'll demonstrate in a second. This is my live fire series. It covers, well, firing the weapon from cover, damage, its relative performance in combat, actual combat, opposed to my target practice series. As far as mods go for this weapon, and this will all be done in Insanity, before I forget. As far as mods go, you absolutely should use a magazine mod. Increasing the magazine also increases its overall capacity, and it's very important for this weapon. It's essentially its only limitation is just the number of shots it has. So that, I would almost say, is mandatory. I mean, you really should use the increased magazine capacity. A damper mod is pointless, a stability damper. It has no recoil, really. A precision scope is also pretty pointless. It has perfect accuracy down the sights or from the hip. Really, you should only use a precision scope if it just helps you handle the weapon better. And I really don't see a piercing mod being worthwhile. Firing through cover really isn't what this weapon is designed for. I mean, I guess you can, but I just don't really see it. And bypassing shields, I guess, is useful to an extent, but I would just as soon go for an actual damage mod. So if it was me, I'd be going for a damage mod and increased capacity. So I will use increased capacity this time around, just to show you guys. Alright, here we go. This weapon does damage over time. It shoots out a beam. It does more damage the longer the beam is on an opponent. And Caden. And it's not very good for firing through the mail slot, from what I can see. I mean, from what I've seen. I mean, you can, but it's kind of hard. It's a really wide beam when it's fully charged. And also, yes, when you run out of ammo, it overloads, it overheats. You have to wait. And if you sprint, I believe, yeah, it cancels the overload and you have to hit your reload button and start it up again. There we go. Lovely. Moving right along. Helps to, actually be able to track an opponent. Clearly, I suck. It's a lot like using a minigun. It's all about tracking and not dying to grenades. Also leaves goo behind when you kill an enemy, which is kind of fun. It does take a while for the damage to ramp up. For sure. Especially when it's unmodded. I mean, with an ammo power, much more effective, as with all weapons. I mean, it does, I suppose one of its main issues is it does require you to be exposed from cover for long periods of time. And that can certainly be problematic on Insanity. I'm having issue with that myself. I did not know there was a grenade there. And for some reason that wasn't hurting him. I don't understand what just happened. Perhaps its hit registration is also not the best in the world. I don't know what that was about. Enemies also tend to, roll out of the way and take cover when you're shooting them. So it does have its issues. Ooh. It does great damage against shields and barriers, though, as you might have just seen. In just a few seconds, nearly half the barrier is gone. And perfect accuracy. Ceiling grenade, the worst kind. So it's just an all-around good weapon. I mean, I don't really know what more to say about it. It's an interesting, unique weapon. And it's very effective when used properly. Helps to know how to track, and to be good at tracking. Why have you not turned around yet? It essentially operates just as if you were using a minigun, really. Its muzzle flash can be kind of prohibitive, though, too. It does take up a lot of space. And it just makes it difficult to see, especially that the target is moved. It's a very good idea to make sure your target stays still while you're using this weapon. Just ensure that you keep on target. Because once they start moving around, it does become challenging to keep the beam on them, and as soon as the beam leaves, you're not doing damage and whatever. But thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, and have a good one.